gotta do is win. So if they sleep on you, tuck them in. Meet me at the top, if you bought, I'll drop my pen. So many stars in the making, thank you, sing. Eyes on the prize, I say passionate. I got the sauce like Diana, vision like Matheson. They say patience is a virtue, so I went around the world and back again. Now NSL be on the map, no more imagining, it's happening.
Two teams coming off tough losses meet today at a soggy Wanderers grounds, both with something to prove. Toronto left their match against Montreal empty-handed despite dominating the shot count 20-7, including 9 shots on target. Halifax had a heartbreaker of their own, a 2-1 loss to Vancouver, hitting the post in added time, and just 4 points separate these two teams, so plenty on the line today. Well, come on in and hang out with us. This is the NSL on TSN, brought to you by BMO, the official bank of the Northern Super League. I am Kate McKenna. She's former Canadian women's national team captain, Amy Walsh. And it's been a good week for AFC Toronto's Kaylee Hunter, named to the Canadian U20 side, heading to the U20 Women's World Cup in Poland. But in terms of their last match, that's probably a match she would rather forget. She couldn't buy a goal despite having 5 shots on target. This is a player, Amy, who is so good, who constantly exceeds expectations. But how do you assess this performance? Is this just an off night, or does she need to be better?
It's maybe a bit of both. I mean, she sets a really high standard for herself. She's a veritable star, not just in this league, but worldwide. 18 years old. She needs to bring more ruthless conviction to her game. She's on 7 goals, but she's underperforming her XG. So here you can see a great ball into the box. This is the type of ball that she usually pounces on and just hit it with power. But instead, she directs it right at Karpenko. It's a relatively easy save. Again, dangerous area here. And you need a little bit of nuance, a little bit of finesse here. Just compose yourself. She's overthinking the time. She has a little bit more time. So again, runs into Karpenko. This is a trademark Kaylee Hunter finish, usually driven hard along the ground to beat the goalkeeper. Again here, a little bit in her head, a little bit hesitant. So the conviction that you usually see with Kaylee Hunter, that ruthlessness in front of goal, is just lacking a little bit of that bite. So she's been a prolific scorer in this league. She will refine her feet. And again, a reminder, she's on 7 goals. She is doing a lot for her team in the way of goal scoring, but she could be doing more.
And we saw her being quite emotional there. And head coach Marko Milanovic says, listen, you have to take the lows with the highs in soccer, and she has had an awful lot of highs. Here's the starting 11 for AFC Toronto, brought to you by DoorDash. Just one change from last match. Lena Solano getting her first start, coming in for Sarah Stratigakis, who's unavailable today. Kaylee Hunter, who we just spoke about, she started every match for the team and will again today. But check this out. She's lining up in the midfield rather than her usual spot up front, so keep an eye on that. Let's hear more from Hunter. Moments ago, she spoke with our Brianne Foley.
Kaylee, first and foremost, congratulations on your call-up to Team Canada. What is it about playing in this league and playing for AFC that's allowed you to grow your game and get to this level?
Yeah, honestly, it's just such a huge honor to be able to play in my country. I think over the course of the season so far, I've gotten a lot better with AFC, and it's a lot of credit to them for me getting these call-ups. But yeah, it's going to be such a huge opportunity to go represent my country on the world stage, and yeah, I'm just excited for it.
Obviously, last game not the game you wanted. How do you shake that off going into this game, especially since you're going to be gone for all of September and you want to help AFC get towards that playoff push?
Yeah, I think as a team, as a collective, we like to leave all the emotions back at the stadium, despite the game and how it went. Obviously, it was a tough loss, but yeah, we prepared well this week. Obviously, it's a new challenge playing here, new conditions, but no, we're ready. We prepared well, and we're just going into this game full steam.
Good luck today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kaylee Hunter, undoubtedly a focal point of Toronto's attack, and her counterpart in Halifax is Jordan Rhodes. She's such a dangerous player, and we saw evidence of that in their last match, Amy.
Yeah, I mean, I think with Jordan Rhodes, you see that quintessential target, robust, physical, gives them an idea, classic center forward, gives them lots of energy, but also sophisticated, back to goal, and also can create danger from a little bit deeper. So you can see here, it's also the work that she does off the ball, the back pressing. I mentioned the back to goal, the link up play, fusing the midfield with the attack, but regaining possession. Smart, intelligent player, based on her positioning as well, sliding into passing angles, intercepting that ball, doesn't decide to go forward. Sometimes the smart play is not to go progressive, it's just to retain possession. You're seeing partnership as well in full bloom. So she's powerful, she's direct, slight little move, and then passes it just beyond the reach of McCaslin. So it can be devastating in the box when required. And again, big center forward, you're a target in the box, you can create threat and almost gets the equalizer. You alluded to it, Kate, that smashes off the frame, and that could have been what they needed to go and claim 1 point. So this team, led by Jordan Rhodes, is going to be hungry for 3 points today at Wanderers grounds.
You talk about her work rate. The coaching staff agrees. They describe her as a workhorse. One of the many reasons that she's getting the start today as we look at the starting lineup for the Tides, brought to you by DoorDash. The biggest change today comes on the bench. Head coach Stephen Hart back with the team after a 6-week absence. As for the players, Julia Benatti and Stella Downing are unavailable, so Tiff Cameron and Julie Peterson step in. And on the back line, Naya Cardoza returns. Less than ideal weather today. We could see some heavy rainfall later on, but nothing could dampen the spirit of these Tides fans, especially because it's their beloved mascot Jocelyn's birthday. Let's go inside the locker room now and listen in on head coach Stephen Hart.
Okay, we accept our roles and responsibilities. Eh? We win the small moments, good, and we support each other. Do you understand me? We know what we are about. We've been through it all week. Be focused. Do your job. Got it?
Yes.
What time is it? What time is it? Good.
Well, what time is it? It's time to look at the standings. AFC Toronto sits third, Halifax fifth, just 1 point behind Vancouver, who stunned the Ottawa Rapid last night. Just 4 points separate Toronto and Halifax, so plenty on the line today. Players and fans getting set to go, and here's a stat for you. Every meeting between these two teams at this field has ended in a 1-0 win for Toronto.
Welcome on board our new Triangle Rewards and WestJet Rewards partnership. Prior to earning, ensure your accounts are securely linked. In the event you shop or fly with us, earn Canadian Tire money and WestJet points on all eligible purchases. Breathe normally and secure your own rewards before assisting others. Take a moment to locate where you can spend once and earn twice. Link today and watch your rewards take off. First game. First whistle. First goal. First jersey. First autograph. First favorite player. First away game. First big win. First time thinking, that's gonna be me. Firsts help us move forward together. Toyota, founding partner of the first professional women's soccer league in Canada.
Watching dough rise always fills me with inspiration.
Don't ever look at my savings account. The dough doesn't rise.
BMO has 2 simple ingredients to make your savings rise. Great interest rates and no monthly fees.
Yeah, that would do it all right.
Plus, get a cash bonus for opening a checking and savings account.
So BMO helps your savings grow bigger faster.
Like a triple dose of yeast.
You're hired.
What? No, I wasn't looking for it.
Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
BMO.
This Northern Super League match is brought to you by Simons, proud fashion partner of the NSL. And by WestJet, the official airline of the NSL.
Greetings from the magnificent Maritimes, where we're all set for another heavyweight clash in the Northern Super League, presented by BMO, official bank of the NSL. Welcome to the Wanderers grounds, where the Halifax Tides tackle AFC Toronto. In Week 18, the Tides aiming to enhance their playoff ambitions, but they are up against a team they have never beaten. And Toronto, the league's best road team, are in no mood to let that change this afternoon. The weather, well, whatever happened to summer, it is raining, cats and dogs, it's windy, and it's around 22 Celsius. Perfect weather for a game of football in Atlantic Canada. So, Halifax Tides and AFC Toronto looking upwards as they do. Stephen Hart back on the bench after a 6-week absence. And we are all set to go. AFC Toronto, all in maroon, will get us underway. Small with the ball at her feet. They've been rolling the pitch, they've been squeezing the pitch to make it playable. Beautiful grass, natural surface at the Wanderers grounds. And early coming together right on the edge of the penalty area.
Solano and Cardoza coming together there, a heavy challenge. The ball gets served up. It's Rowe on the initial header, and then Cardoza charges forward and then completely takes out Solano. plays the ball, though.
Solano was up relatively quickly, so no medical attention, we don't think, required. Solano will just make her way to the touchline, but doesn't seem to be in any great distress. We will restart with a drop ball. Referee, by the way, is Sheila Couture from Saint-Georges, Quebec. Halifax Tides, all in light blue, attacking the goal to your right in this first half. In their regular 4-2-3-1 formation. You've spoken about Jordan Rhodes, the focal point of their attack. 5 goals so far this season and 3 in the last 3 appearances for Rhodes. So she has an important part to play. As the ball is indeed played forward, Zadorsky back for her goalkeeper, Sabrina D'Angelo.
With that pressure coming, D'Angelo had to play that very quickly and urgently with that right foot. She much prefers to have it on her left.
Jude Vallerand, regular right back. Now towards the edge of the area. Can they engineer something here? It's cleared only as far as Vallerand. Plenty forward in blue for the Tides. Is this the day when they finally break their duck against AFC Toronto? 7 previous meetings between these two teams. Toronto have won 5 of them. The other 2 have ended in ties. And these fixtures, if we believe history, are a little cagey. They don't produce too many goals, but we hope that's not the case today.
Well, to listen to Stephen Hart talk about it, he's really pleased with the chance creation, the number of boxed entries that they're able to create, and at some point he feels like they're just on the verge of opening up a team. So today, you hope with these conditions, the pitch a little bit slicker than usual, that AFC Toronto is the team that they're going to do that to.
There is Stephen Hart back on the bench, having given that rousing team talk, hoping to elevate his team to greater heights. As a result of what happened last night in Ottawa, Halifax start the day in 5th place, having been overtaken by the Vancouver Rise. What a match that was last night in the nation's capital. But if they can win today, they would leapfrog back across Vancouver, the champions, and back into the top 4. Remember, the top 4 at the end of the regular season will compete in the championship playoffs. So all to play for. Marko Milanovic, who led AFC Toronto to the first place in the regular season, in the inaugural season of the NSL, but didn't finally manage to win it all, to many people's surprise. It was indeed the Rise who won it all back in November. But that's all history. It's a new season, and points getting ever precious as games begin to run short. Offside is the call.
Some risky play
Little.
from Victoria Pickett, cutting it inside in her own 18-yard box. Milanovic will not want her to attempt that again, but that's what you get, a midfielder who's deployed as the right side of your back 3. She does that. She steps out of the back line and usually starts their attacks, but you probably don't want to be doing that from your own goal line.
Sarah Rollins and Shalina Zadorsky alongside Pickett in that back 3. It's a formation that Milanovic prefers, then packs the midfield with 5 with wing backs, and then a couple up front. It's usually Hunter and Rowe, which sounds like a law firm to me. But Lena Solano, recent acquisition, is given a chance up front, so it'll be interesting to see how Kaylee Hunter there on the left-hand side of your screen, whether she operates just behind in a sort of number 10 role today, I guess.
Well, that's where Casey Stoney sees her progressing with the women's national team, and I think you've seen a little bit of a spell for Kaylee Hunter where, yes, she's still scoring, she's still producing for AFC Toronto, but she's assimilating all of those learnings and those experiences with the women's national team until it results in a higher level. She elevates her game. It hasn't quite happened yet, though.
Hunter and Chisholm, as you were discussing in the pre-game, having been selected for the Canada U20 squad for the forthcoming FIFA U20 Women's World Cup, which takes place in Poland. So these two have, I believe, one more match to play before they join up with the national team.
That's correct. And I think you'll see two players toiling away professionally in Canada will be able to impact the youth national team, because we've seen Kaylee Hunter do that, but on the senior stage.
Zadorsky battling with Rhodes. Got a shirt tugged. Free kick for AFC Toronto. I mean, it's a great honor, as you see Olivia Chisholm there, who will go with Hunter to Poland. Great honor for both players, but it doesn't help AFC Toronto in the run-in.
No, it doesn't, especially if you couple that with some injuries to big-name players.
I'm sure they've made some contingency plans. Halifax Tides, here's a thought for you, boast the best defense in the Northern Super League. They've conceded only 16 goals in 16 games, so they're difficult to score against. But they are up against AFC Toronto, who coincidentally are the best road team in the league. 6 wins and just 1 loss on the road this season. So we'll see how that plays out, if at all. But if we learned anything this weekend, you can predict nothing in this league. Tides trying to get a shot in. Finally, it's scrambled clear, but not convincingly. It's all a little messy at the back for AFC Toronto. A chance for the cross here. Into the box it goes, all the way across the 6-yard area. And that's going to come for Valorand. Left-footed. Hunter back doing some defending. Allen following up for the Halifax Tides. They're pressing with vigour in the opening moments. And finally booted clear and out of play in difficult conditions, but same for both sides in terms of the weather.
You got to cope with it, and you have to see a team grab this game by the scruff of its neck and just embrace the conditions and know that it's going to be tough and challenging. You see Halifax are able to pin AFC Toronto in and get a couple of opportunities, ending with that crack on goal by Valorand.
Maddie Wickers will field Allen on the far side, Sid Kennedy further on that left-hand side. Chance to get the cross in, or she'll take the corner. First of the contest. An encouraging start by the home team. And there's going to be a medical timeout here, so to speak. Before the corner is taken.
Pickett looks to be troubled by something going on with that left leg. Coming off that 2-0 loss to the Montreal Roses, the curse is still very real, Nigel, for AFC Toronto at BMO Field. And a bit of a smash and grab by the Roses, but despite that and some opportunities missed by Kaylee Hunter, a very strong performance by Victoria Pickett, who has struggled with some fitness and some niggling injuries, not really severe ones, but enough to keep her out of consistent minutes with the team.
Quickly downstairs, and let's rejoin Brianne Foley. Brianne?
Yes, Nigel. Well, it may be a wet and rainy day in Halifax, but that's never stopped Maritimers from a party. And today there's definitely a reason to celebrate, because it's Jocelyn's 2nd birthday. So throughout the game, she will be around to, of course, take photos with fans in the stands, set up a photo booth with a backdrop for her as well. Flags have been given out. And it would not be a birthday without cake. So some of the suites are receiving Jocelyn cupcakes, and her fellow Haligonian mascot friends are also all in attendance, and a dance team will perform for her, Nigel, today.
As long as you save me a slice of birthday cake, I'm happy with that. Jocelyn, happy birthday. Now, the corner. Back to the action at the Wanderers grounds. Decent cross. Gonna be... I thought the referee pointed to the corner flag, but apparently not.
So it's Peterson who was going to have that in-swinging corner kick, but she serves it up to Lemire, who would be on the corner kicks on the opposite side, and that left boot, tries to connect with Cardoza at that near post.
Sarah Rollins, never present at the heart of the AFC Toronto backline. This is Colby Barnett. Zadorsky for Rowe, tried to flick it on. But it'll go out of play for a Tides throw. Mamiya is dispossessed, but unfairly.
Great bit of skill by Cho. Great in tight areas, retaining possession, little combination play, but a foul will give the ball and a free kick to AFC Toronto.
Zadorsky in no great hurry. Rollins will sweep it for Barnett on this near side. Always eager to get forward. Attention from Tiff Cameron. A start for her. Allen for Kennedy on the left-hand flank. Allen's continued her run. Trying the early ball. It's not going to go out of play because of the wet surface. On another day, that would have ricocheted behind for another corner. Victoria Pickett, by the way, still off the field receiving treatment. So temporarily, the visitors are down to 10 men.
It's Olivia Chisholm who's slid down to play as part of that back line.
Pickett doesn't look very happy. Looks very unhappy, in fact. I wonder whether she'll be able to continue. Here's Nikki Small, continuing for AFC Toronto. Katembo, ball across the box, that's dangerous. And following up, Kaylee Hunter took it first time on the volley, but couldn't keep it down.
A little bit ambitious, but you know that audaciousness in her game, she has it in spades. And Cardoza is able, actually, pardon me, it's Valorant who's able to come up with the win of that ball that comes across from Katembo. But it's Kaylee Hunter who beats Peterson to the second ball and just goes at it and maybe rushes it just a little bit with that left foot.
Just snatched at it a bit. But there'll be more opportunities. Hunter again, prowling around, cleared out by the Halifax Tides. 7 goals so far this season for Kaylee Hunter. A couple of assists as well, to go with that wonderful breakout season in year 1 of the NSL. 16 goals when she was just 17. What a prospect she is, not just for the NSL, for AFC Toronto.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
But also for the national team.
She put a lot of people on notice, not just in this league. She's a nightmare to defend. She's obviously a star, not even in the making right now. And I think worldwide put herself and NSL on the map.
Zadorsky found Small off her heel. Touch inside. Here's Barnett. Natural left footer. Small. Ricocheted somewhat off Naya Cardoza and behind for a corner. She certainly felt the force of that.
Yeah, was really whipped in with some pace there.
Took it like she didn't even feel it. So, corner to AFC Toronto. Barnett will trot across to take it. Just in that area of the field where they were squeegeeing the water off the surface an hour or so before kickoff. So Barnett, can she get the delivery right? Pick out a teammate towards the back post. Toth came, didn't get there, was helped out. They'll let it go for a throw on the far side.
It's Valorant again getting on the end of that. And you've got Barnett who's serving in that outswinger because Pickett is still off the field. She would typically be on dead balls, on corner kicks from that side of the pitch.
Little disappointing, just ran out of play. And that's what they're doing, the running repairs for Victoria Pickett. And there's
now Kaylee Hunter.
Kaylee Hunter also on the deck. Did she get her toe stepped on, possibly? Or is it a little bit of cramp? A little early in the day for that.
It would be. Just as she was shielding the ball, trying to gain possession, maybe got stepped on or clipped.
Looks like AFC Toronto are going to have to make an early change.
As that short throw comes in, looks like she stretches, slips on the turf, Nigel. Hopefully is okay to continue, looks all right.
As AFC Toronto consider their options, might be perhaps Jordan Brewster will come on for the visitors, natural defender. But in the meantime, they continue to label with 10. D'Angelo, not the most convincing of clearances. Cameron. Peterson. Mia and Allen. The cross is in. Chance to clear for Zadorsky. AFC Toronto apparently in no mood to play their way out. They're happy just to hoof it clear for the time being, which is somewhat successful, but chances are it gives the Halifax Tides the opportunity to regather and reset and recycle. So the change is going to be made, and as I rather suspected, it is going to be Jordan Brewster who is going to come on for Victoria Pickett. And the change is made inside the first 18 minutes. Brewster, natural defender from Canton, Ohio, gets an opportunity which he may not have been expecting today.
That play right there, that's where you see the benefit of having Kaylee Hunter a little bit deeper turn. She automatically wants to go towards goal, play progressively in those carries. She's so powerful when she's running with the ball at her feet.
It's all a little untidy from AFC Toronto. Hunter gets a push in the back, wins the free kick.
Hunter comfortable shielding the ball. Valoron wants none of it. Always happy and eager to engage physically.
So Brewster will replace Pickett in a like-for-like on the right-hand side of the back three alongside Rollins and Zadorsky.
I mean, it is like for like because it's defender for defender, but you do lose a lot of mobility and a lot of pace and experience in Victoria Pickett and what she lends to the attack, stepping out, either intercepting or recovering, and then jumping in.
Solano finds Nikki Small, did well, might take the shot on. Small does take the shot on, it's gone in. It might have taken a big deflection, but Nikki Small is all smiles. And out of almost nothing, AFC Toronto have the lead inside the first 20 minutes. Nikki Small, the goal scorer, and the visitors lead in the Maritimes.
They'd been on the back foot, Nigel, as you mentioned, coping with Pickett off, playing with 10 players, and then they have a little spell of possession in the attacking third. Lemire steps out, isn't able to win that duel, and Nikki Small seizes upon the conditions and the slickness of the pitch and causes it to pitch. It's not particularly powerful, but she hits it right at Toth, a little bit of a bend in the ball, and it pitches right before it reaches the goalkeeper and just squirts by Toth. So unfortunate from a goalkeeping perspective, but opportunistic from Small.
Tough day to be a goalkeeper for sure. No question Toth will be disappointed. Nikki Small had one thing in her mind, having evaded the initial challenge, decided to go for goal and was richly rewarded.
And that's her first of 2026.
So after all the good work and And encouraging attacking early moves from the Halifax Tide. It's Nikki Small, the AFC Toronto captain, who breaks the deadlock. Rowe can't keep it in. I mean, it is a tough conditions, same for both sides as we've said, but can be really hazardous if you're a goalkeeper when it's raining, it's windy, the pitch is slick, the ball is slippery. Apart from that, it's a great job.
Yeah, it can be really unforgiving and cruel at times to be a goalkeeper.
At the other end, Valorand trying to get ahead of Barnett, who battled for her life. I thought she should have got a free kick. Referee decided otherwise. No harm done. D'Angelo has 3 clean sheets so far this season, having made the move back to Canada. Should be simple enough for Zadorsky. Rollins decides to come forward. Pinpoint accuracy for Lauren Rowe. Have a little turn to buy herself some space and time. Barnett and Zadorsky looking to release Rowe. Cardoza got the better of her and touches it forward. Valorand only as far as Zadorsky.
Great bit of play by Cardoza initially to win the ball, and then just smartly is able to retain possession and march up the pitch.
This time just chips it out of play. AFC Toronto, have you seen something familiar before? 4 previous occasions Toronto have won at the Wanderers grounds by a single goal. Is this a little bit of history repeating? Long, long way to go. Kennedy needs some help here, and there was a bit of a mix-up there. Rollins came to belt it clear, and Kennedy thinks there should at least be a corner.
Yeah, I think she's absolutely right. And you mentioned coming from far behind, and that touch is very ambitious by Kennedy. And then the ball that's cleared by D'Angelo seems to carom off of Brewster. So Kennedy has every right to claim for a corner.
Referee Sheila Couture wasn't interested. It is week 18, I beg your pardon, of the Northern Super League, presented by BMO, official bank of the NSL. AFC Toronto starting the day 3rd in the table, looking bound for the playoffs. And a win today would not only move them a little closer to the Montreal Roses, but significantly would give them a 7-point advantage over the Halifax Tides. So some much needed breathing space in the closing weeks of the season.
A long way to go, though.
Sure.
In this match still, but that's something that they're gunning for. Milanovic mentioned, you know, it would be silly to say they do not look at the standings. They're well aware of where they sit, and they endeavor to be at the top of the table. And now with the Ottawa Rapid on a little bit of a slide, if they can string together some wins, and they were on a 4-game unbeaten run prior to that loss at BMO Field, if they can regain their footing and keep chalking up those results, then they're able to pick off the Roses and then perhaps the Rapid.
The other side of the coin is the fact that the Halifax Tides could really do with 3 points today, because if they were to win, and there's, as you say, a long way to go, they could then move within a single point of AFC Toronto. So important game in terms of the standings for both teams, and I'm sure they're well aware of it. Jordan Rhodes, thumbs up for the delivery, didn't quite come off. But as you highlighted in the pre-game, we've seen enough of Jordan Rhodes to know how dangerous she can be.
Constant threat, constant menace. She drops deep, and oftentimes that was their only lifeline. That was their only way towards goal, was via the feet and the hold-up play of Jordan Rhodes. So they need to get Valeron higher up the pitch, need to get Allen higher up the pitch, and you saw glimmers of that just prior to the Nikki Small goal, and that seemed to have snuffed it out a little bit. We saw those stats, the 1-0 losses, if you include last season and this season, something the Tides have to be kicking themselves for, the points that they've left on the table. When they've been in a winning position and they could have claimed 3 points, they only share the points, or they don't get any points at all when they've been the better side.
Last week against Vancouver Rise, Hunter goes for goal. He's always 2 or 3 feet wide, but Toth had to be short.
This is what you expect from Kaylee Hunter. Gets herself into space. She's turning towards goal, heads down. She's usually looking to come back across the goal to go to that near post. It had enough pace on it, just lacked the precision.
Chance perhaps for a counter-attack, and a swift one for the Halifax Tides. That'll stay in play. Kennedy trying to get there, and Brewster stuck to her task. Kennedy makes her way towards the penalty area. Allen will deliver the throw. 4 in blue inside the AFC Toronto penalty area. Oh dear, and a slip by Allen. Concedes possession. Eases the pressure on AFC Toronto.
That's where I know that's Addie Wickers who's been drawn into that attacking third by Solano, but stay in contest, stay on that pressure. You have numbers around you. Try to win the ball back immediately.
Cardoza back for Toth. Forced to chip it up towards halfway. Lemire is interested. Small did well to protect the ball with her body. Back with the goal scorer. Over the top of Katembo. 28 minutes gone, AFC Toronto lead. Let's go downstairs in the rain with Brianne Foley.
Nigel, soccer is a sport played in rain or shine, and it started raining early here in Halifax. Conditions have been on and off all day, so we are contending with a little bit of it. But earlier this week, when we were talking to head coach Marko Milanovic, he said that they would assess conditions and warm up, and it's really up to the players to adjust. He said the grass is a little bit longer, so expect more volleys. Nigel?
Then shouts for a penalty.
I think she's giving it.
I believe so. There was just a momentary pause from the referee. Addie Wickers was involved. Marko Milanovic looks a little puzzled. Stephen Hart impassive. But we believe it is a penalty kick for AFC Toronto. Have another look here. Oh, for sure it is.
Yeah,
it's got to be a penalty, hasn't it?
It's Lauren Rowe did really well to get around Allen and looks to take it towards the byline with that touch, and Wickers is really late to that challenge. Nowhere near the ball and completely takes out Lauren Rowe. That's absolutely the right call to award a penalty.
It's going to be a yellow card as well, presumably for the challenge from Wickers. Attention needed as well. And it is indeed a yellow card for Addie Wickers for the missed time challenge, which conceded the penalty. And Halifax Tides face the prospect of being 2 down. There you are, confirmation of the caution right on the half-hour mark.
And the delay here, I believe, due to the attention and the medical staff out on the pitch tending to Lauren Rowe. But between the two of them, between Lauren Rowe and Kaylee Hunter, they have 14 of Toronto's 26 goals, and you've seen the two of them be lively in the opening half hour.
Maddie Wicker's left to reflect. And Kaylee Hunter spots the ball down from 12 yards out. An opportunity to extend her season's tally to 8 goals. Word from the referee, who will check that only Hunter and Toth are inside the penalty area when the ball is struck. Big opportunity for AFC Toronto. Hunter against Toth. Hunter, cool, calm, collected. Sent Toth the wrong way and just side-footed it into the back of an empty net. And AFC Toronto lead in the Maritimes by 2-0.
There's that conviction, there's that ruthlessness that we expect to see from Kaylee Hunter, and that has to feel good for after she was stymied last week by Anna Karpenko of the Roses. And yeah, you just as you mentioned, sent Toth the wrong way, opened up her foot, passes it into the goal, doesn't try to do anything overly intricate, and just gets it into the back of the net. She doubles her team's lead.
And Hunter does indeed have 8 goals on the season, half her total from 2025. There are plenty of games to go. Just one more for the time being, as we mentioned earlier, for Hunter before she joins up with the Canada squad for the FIFA U20 Women's World Cup in Poland. All leads up, of course, all the points precious as we build towards the NSL Championship finale, which this year will take place in Ottawa at TD Place on November the 14th, so save the date. Offside the call this time, against Rowe, I believe.
Yeah, it was in an offside position as that ball was played. Comes back, receives it on her chest, but the assistant referee indicates she was indeed offside.
So a big hill to climb for the Halifax Tides. Cameron wants to throw, and the referee and her assistant agree. Valorand trots up the touchline. Trying to find Cho. Another throw for the Tides. After that encouraging start, find themselves 2 goals down. Into the area, needs to be dealt with here, isn't particularly. That's Peterson, and they get the ball away. In the end, it's just too much of an angle. And Kennedy hits the backboards.
Jordan Rhodes did really well, being double, triple teamed even off of that throw to serve that ball in, and well worked by the Tides right around the top of the box. Finally, Kennedy wasn't able to get that on frame.
Barnett, as far as Silano. Turned over in midfield. Chisholm not quite sure where the ball is. Now she does. Olivia Chisholm, who will accompany Hunter to Poland. Silano, early ball, one for Rowe to chase, and Toth judged the speed of the ball as it came across the wet turf.
The midfield, Peterson and Lemire, particularly for the Tides, need to impose themselves more, especially out of possession. Need to be tighter together when you lose the ball. Stay there, you have numbers. Don't allow AFC Toronto to have the ball comfortably and go the other way.
They want it. Hunter again in a dangerous position. This time the blue shirts managed to pump it clear. Still just 18 years of age. What sort of future lies ahead for Kaylee Hunter?
We've seen her conjure so many moments of brilliance for AFC Toronto, also with the women's national team. I imagine soon to be in that U20 Women's World Cup. But more to come for Kaylee Hunter in the latter half of this season for sure.
Originally from Calgary, but scoring goals aplenty for AFC Toronto. To the edge of the Toronto penalty area. Hunter again. Does well enough to hold on to possession. Solano will give chase. Ball is out of play. Cardoza, one of 3 changes made by Stephen Hart, the others. The addition of Norwegian midfielder Julie Peterson and Tiff Cameron. On the right-hand side of that top line, there is Cameron, and Peterson sweeps it across. Allen picks it up for the Tides.
And 2 of those names taking the place of Julia Benatti and Stella Downing, and they're missing their energy today.
Rhodes will go for goal. Didn't really get hold of it, was trying to curl it into the corner, but didn't get the right connection. And it was well wide of D'Angelo's goal.
Again, Rhodes coming deep. Cho providing that link play. Allen does well to probe forward, and then as the defense for AFC Toronto drops off, Rhodes recognizes that and tees it up as the right decision, but not the right execution.
Rhodes is better than that, she knows it, and she will undoubtedly get other opportunities. Chisholm. Small, no foul set. Well, the referee had a look. Didn't whistle initially. And Small complaining she did nothing wrong, but it is going to be a free kick for the Halifax Tides.
It's in that duel. Nikki Small gets that first touch, and Karima Lemire wins that ball, and it's the follow-through of Nikki Small that catches the standing leg of Lemire. It's the right call. Just took a couple of seconds to happen.
So Peterson, the Norwegian, will take the free kick for the Halifax Tides as they look to get back in this game before half-time. Seven minutes to the break. Into the mixer it goes. Body is on the deck. It will be a corner.
Cardoza dragged down, looking to the referee, hopefully, perhaps, but they're able to win that corner. Peterson will get another bite at the apple, but this time from the corner flag.
Cardoza among the tall defenders up from the back, hoping to get a solid head on it. As Peterson delivers towards the penalty spot. Away is the cry. Cho had to deal with that to prevent a counter-attack. Allen, not her favourite foot. Peterson again, and again the Norwegian. Finally it is cleared. Katembo, did she keep it in? Not quite.
Katembo would run it down with the same intensity that she began that run. She would have been able to get to the ball. But she halted her run. And it ran out of play.
Here come the Tides again. Ambitious back heel. Hunter saw the challenge coming. Still battling. Eventually outnumbered. Cameron takes over for the Tides. Peterson. Wickers for Allen. Top of the box. Repelled. Cameron again involved. Cho thought about the cross, then thought about the ball inside the fullback. And unfortunately they weren't on the same page, Stephen.
Yeah, me too, Hardy. I'm sure the Tides themselves are feeling that quite a bit disjointed in the attack. Some good decisions, some good spells, but they're unable to put it together with that final decision making or the final shot selection or the cross. Just letting them down a little bit.
inside the last 5 minutes of an entertaining first half in difficult conditions. The Halifax Tides conceded twice in 10 minutes. Small and then Hunter from the spot. Here's an opportunity. It's going to be wide again. There was time for Kennedy to take the shot on. Forced to take it right-footed, probably not her best, not her favourite foot, but dragged it wide.
I was just about to say, to finish my thought earlier, they're missing a little bit of verve, a little bit of pop in the attack, and Kennedy found it. Got a bit fortuitous with that glance and wanted it on her left foot. That's her favored foot, but she gets it on that right foot. And maybe what was available to her, given the bodies in the way, was just to open that foot up and curl it far post.
Will just take a touch, come back inside the defender, and get it on her left foot, from which she may have felt more confident.
I think she found the right area, Nigel, just it wasn't the right shot selection.
The moment has gone for the time being. Sadorski for AFC Toronto. Going route one, Rowe, can she keep it in? She will. Good industry from Lauren Rowe, just to chase it down. Small again, she's already scored one. Hunter trying to turn. Not quite this time. Katembo. Looked like a foul from Allen. Referee decided it is. Right on the corner of the penalty area.
And there the hesitancy with the call is I think Katembo is already going to ground when she feels the contact by Allen, but it's every bit the foul. And AFC Toronto will have a good opportunity from a dangerous area just from the corner of that 18-yard box.
Colby Barnett has gone over to take it. She'll whip it in, I would imagine, left-footed.
We've seen her score from here, Nigel, in open play.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Does she try and find a defender, or does she just go for goal? Toth needs to be aware of both scenarios. As Barnett delivers straight into the midriff of the Halifax goalkeeper. I think she meant it. Angelo clears. And as far as Peterson. Is that a foul? Referee was close by, had a good look. And a bit of a slip and a bit of a late challenge.
And a good effort by Hunter, who was involved in that duel and just got a foot in to be able to win it. And Barnett swings us around the wall, and Hunter comes so close, just needed a little bit of a touch. Otherwise, it was a comfortable save for Toth.
Toth saw it coming, but she couldn't have done nothing had Hunter managed just to get top of her head on it. And
is this day not
deflected it into the back of the net, but it didn't happen.
Is this day not crying out for a diving header?
Oh, for sure.
That would have been box office by Hunter.
Absolutely. It's a day to get your shirt muddy.
Yes.
Stephen Hart, frustrated, composing his halftime team talk. Barnett. Chisholm didn't come off. Cardosa has time to consider her options. Safety first, back for Toth.
That's a third or fourth step by Julianne Valorant. She's so good at reading the game, jumping off that line and starting the attack and regaining possession for the Tides.
Wickers for Peterson, under pressure. Manages to find Valorant. Tug of the shirt on Rhodes went unpunished. Allen. Got through plenty of work on that left-hand flank in this first half. Now Kennedy, ball into the middle. It's all a little predictable from the Halifax Tides.
And a little bit pedestrian.
Minimum of 4 minutes to add. The end of this first half. Much of it to do. That's late again from Small on Lemire, and she's getting a lecture from the referee. It's not the first time Nikki Small has attracted the attention of the referee.
I don't mind this by small. It's a foul, but I think what she's arguing with the referee, she goes to ground. There's some theatrics, there's some acting there by Lemire is what small doesn't like. But that's a foul, it's a right call.
Another opportunity to create something for Peterson, perhaps Lemire. Something perhaps off the training ground. 15 yards outside the penalty area.
I think Lemire just has to tee this one up from distance, just have a crack at goal, really test D'Angelo.
It will be Lemire, will test D'Angelo. Off the fingertips and off the crossbar.
Be a
and
corner.
That's the best we've seen from the Halifax Tides.
It's more like it. That's what you need. They're lacking a bit of spark, lacking incision, but sometimes all you need is a well-struck ball onto the frame, goes up and over the wall, and D'Angelo needs to get a couple of fingers to that, parries it up and over, hits the crossbar out for a corner. So Lemire will tee this one up from the corner to D'Angelo's left.
That'll do their confidence no harm at all in the closing moments of this first half. Can they build on that? It's a long corner. Cameron trying to turn, pinging around. Maroon jerseys hack it clear for the time being. Allen keen to keep it going, plenty forward still. That'll ricochet all the way through to D'Angelo off her own teammate, Brewster. And AFC Toronto can breathe defensively once more. Zudowski. Small has a room to her right. Brewster has room to roam. Katembo. That'll run harmlessly through to Annika Toth. Well, you called it. Lemire got all of that. Beautiful left-footing curler. And but for the fingertips of Sabrina D'Angelo, the Tides would have halved the lead. Here they come again. Kennedy into the area looking for Rhodes. Cameron couldn't quite get there. And this is better from Halifax. Seem to have got a second win in these closing minutes of the first half.
More dynamism to their attack, more commitment in the duels as well, and the way that they're combining.
And they've got a free kick as well for another illegal challenge on Lemire. Peterson spots it down. What will they conjure up this time? Lemire, Peterson, Kennedy. Can they get one before the break? They've got about 30 seconds to do it before the ref blows for half-time. Lemire again. Interesting delivery. Header on. Will be cleared. Offside is the reason for the referee's whistle, by the way.
I think that's on the second ball, or it skips across and it's on Wickers as Cardoza hunts down this ball. It's an offside position when it comes off the head of Wickers.
That should just about do it for this first half. In the rain and the wind of the Maritimes. But AFC Toronto have built a 2-goal lead given to them after 19 minutes by the opportunism of Nikki Small, and doubled by the accuracy and coolness of Kaylee Hunter from 12 yards. A penalty kick giving AFC Toronto a 2-goal lead at the break.
my God, what is that?
See, again, I think I do have to do a little hip mobility and some knee mobility for this one.
Oh, my pull groin. Choose 2 candies that you want, and then the 2 pictures that are under are the poses you'll have to do.
Okay. There you go.
Yep.
Wait, I don't know if wow. Okay, yeah, easy.
That's
so
one of 2.
Oh, okay, I can choose which one I do?
Oh, no, you're doing both.
Okay.
I want this one. Oh my God, what is that? Like, what even is that? Okay, girl.
Oh, wow, that's something. Really good one. I don't know if my body is gonna be able to do that. Oh, wow. So this is the second one.
Honestly, I need to do a little mobility warm up for this, guys.
Where is she putting that arm?
What the actual heck is she doing?
Like this, and then, no way, guys.
This, so like this is this hand. Just taking a lot of figuring out to do.
A contract in modeling after this?
Wait, this is trippy.
Yeah. Exactly.
And Sour Patch Kids naturally. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Wow.
So this is the pose.
Okay, this
one,
you just moved from a bullet. Yes!
Okay, and give face to the camera.
Oh, yes.
Take one. Oh, my pull groin.
Like, kind of make it look like it's broken a little bit. But yes!
I'm feeling pretty good about this. Oh yes! Okay. This is what's up.
I feel like I probably practiced this when I was a child watching America's Next Top Model, so.
Oh, I'm nervous to see what this is. Oh, you're joking. Do I have to hit it now?
And then I want these.
What is this? Where'd you find these pictures?
I really hit higher. Nice, okay.
Look to the side. Okay. Perfect.
Is she like biting her finger?
Like a little bit more relaxed. Like,
I can't. Like, you can't relax.
I feel my ankle really working.
Insert yes face.
Pensive face.
We are so glad you're here. Kate McKenna, Aaron McLeod with you. We're here to watch the match with you and give you a ton of insight, analysis that you might not get anywhere else, and we're going to have a ton of fun along the way.
Do you treat your young players different than your more senior veteran players?
My pal Kelsey Mitchell, familiar with Alberta weather, multi-sport Olympian. This is a question for Aaron. Will you bring the 2002 Mohawk back?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Color and everything. Come on, subscribers, let's go.
Make it happen. Welcome to the NSL Halftime Show presented by BMO, the official bank of the Northern Super League. A 2-0 lead for AFC Toronto over the Tides in slick conditions at the Wanderers grounds. Here are the stats. You can see Toronto leads in possession. Halifax leads in terms of shots, and they came alive toward the end of that half, but certainly a lack of fluidity from them early on. Toronto captain Nikki Small opened the scoring, her first of the season, and she's pitch side with Brianne Foley.
Nikki, congratulations on your first goal of the season, first and foremost. With these conditions and playing against a team like Halifax, what was the messaging for goals this game?
Honestly, just to start early, I think because of the condition of the rain and the field being so slick, like the more we get goals in, the easier it will be during the half. So that's what we really focused on.
Of course, these two teams are defending champs against each other. How do you keep that pressure going into the second half, knowing the weather could change, but then also the team?
As you can see, it's already a physical game, so just keeping that up through the second half, and we'll see how the game goes.
Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we heard Nikki Small speak about the conditions. Conditions, certainly a storyline in this one. And Stephen Hart said to us this week, the team that adapts best will succeed in weather like this. And Nikki Small, with a heads-up play, knew what the conditions were like, knew to take a shot from distance. It's our Intact Insurance play of the half, Amy, that puts Toronto up 1-0.
I think if you're Stephen Hart and you're Marko Milanovic, you're telling your teams to do this, to test the keepers from distance, because a skip right in front of goal is almost impossible to predict, and it's a reactive save, and it's happen chance at that point. There's the duel that's missed. This is also a story of the first half. I think the duels and tackles won overwhelmingly by AFC Toronto, but that ball skips right in front of Toth. She does not stand a chance. So you give Nikki Small the ball on her foot about 20 yards out, It's hit with enough pace that it's able to get by Annika Toth. But to your point, Kate, about the conditions, you have to embrace them. You can't be surprised by them. There's very little that Annika Toth can do there, and that's Nikki Small's first goal of this year in NSL.
Annika Toth would love to have that one back, I'm sure, and her defenders didn't help her out because 10 minutes later, Addie Wickers with a foul on Lauren Rowe in the box. This was a pretty clear-cut foul, right?
Yeah, I don't think there's any debate that this is a penalty, but again, you're seeing the conditions at play, and it's surprising the home side that are used to Wanderers grounds. They're used to the way this pitch runs, but you see Hunter, she definitely maneuvers around Allen, and it's Wickers late to the challenge in order to double up. So it affects also the way that the ball runs. It skips past you, but also it affects your footing. So how quickly Wickers is able to close there affects her, and she concedes the pen. And how good must this feel for Kaylee Hunter? We know that she can be a prolific scorer. She was stymied by Anna Karpenko last week, had like 5 really big goal chances. So for her to just get that monkey off her back, slot that ball home, tons of composure, it's got to feel great for her, also for AFC Toronto.
We know that Kaylee Hunter is the PK taker for this team, steps up and gets the job done. Both teams will look to regroup at halftime, but coming up next, the legendary Craig Forrest drops by to tee up the second match of the day, Calgary versus Montreal. Stay with us.
Okay, team, big game today, but you know what? It's just a game. And you know what? You're gonna go out there and you're gonna have fun, because the most important thing is to have fun, enjoy yourself, and at the end of the day, it's just a game. So go out there and get the win.
Listen up, guys. Why do we play soccer? To win. Doesn't look like you guys want to win right now. Put the work in, work hard, run, fight for each other, and let's go out there and win. Let's go show them how to do it.
Just relax out there, trust in your abilities. Everything's gonna go great. I believe in you.
We just need to get it together. We need to go out there, do your jobs, and let's get this done.
Okay, team, short and sweet. It's a big game. I want you guys to have fun. That's obviously the most important thing. You're doing this because you love it. We want to win, but obviously that comes with being together as a team, playing for yourselves, playing for your teammates, playing for your coaches, your family. Just enjoy the moment, give it your best, be happy with it at the end of the day, and
for the big, small, short, tall, for old friends. Coca-Cola, for refreshing moments, shared together.
Welcome back to the NSL on TSN. Kate McKenna with you, and so pleased to be joined by the one and only Craig Forrest. Great to see you.
Thank you. Nice to see you too.
And you're calling this afternoon's game, 3 p.m. matchup between Calgary and Montreal. Significant point differential between these teams, but as we saw last night in this league, anything can happen. And I want to pick your brain first about goalkeeper Anna Karpenko. She has been outstanding this season for Montreal. When you look at her play, what stands out?
Well, I think what stands out is that her confidence and her willing to come for crosses, her awareness of what the dangerous parts are. Her reactions are as top notch as you could possibly get. Watching how quickly she can clean things up as well, stays on her feet incredibly well, but here's a great example of reading the play. Comes off her line, closes that gap between her and the forward, making it very, very difficult, almost making it favored for her to make the save. That takes some experience, and she's only 24. I mean, it's not young, but for a goalkeeper, it is. She's a long way from being at her very, very best. I mean, she's played for Canada, U17s, U20s. We know she's got lots of experience there, but her communications with her backline and just her overall game is just incredibly impressive. And she had 9 saves in that match, and that's the reason why they ended up picking up 3 points in a very unlikely manner, really, with so many great saves.
Well, speaking of unlikely, Calgary now on a 3-game win streak, if you take into consideration league play and the W Canadian Championship quarterfinal. What do you think's clicking for them?
Well, I mean, they've made some great additions. But it's a difficult time for them when they're coming out. They had the game in the Canadian Championship, which they won. That gave them some great confidence. Obviously, the level wasn't quite there. Then they go to Vancouver, and they're creating more opportunities. The balance is way better. They're much more organized than we've seen for the entire season. It just shows you what that confidence can do with the original result, and then picking up a couple results after that too. So it'll be very interesting against a Montreal side, obviously, that are very difficult with a good goalkeeper. Can they still create these opportunities and get on the ends of things? And I think they can. So it'll be very interesting to see how they can manage the rest of the season, because I mean, they're a long way out of the playoffs, but still they're building every single game and they're enjoying their football now, and it's really great to see a smile on their face after a very difficult early part of the season.
And it could be a good goalkeeper versus striker duo in Anna Karpenko versus Jorian Bacham, so keep an eye out for that. Craig, thank you so much for dropping by. Appreciate it. And if you want to hear Craig Forrest in action and see these two teams in action, Calgary versus Toronto goes today at 3 p.m. Eastern on the NSL's YouTube page, CBC Gem, and RDS2. Coming up next, we've got second half action from the Wanderers grounds. AFC Toronto up 2-0 over the Halifax Tides. Lots more to come. Stay with us.
Welcome on board our new Triangle Rewards and WestJet Rewards partnership. Prior to earning, ensure your accounts are securely linked. In the event you shop or fly with us, earn Canadian Tire money and WestJet points on all eligible purchases. Breathe normally and secure your own rewards before assisting others. Take a moment to locate where you can spend once and earn twice. Link today and watch your rewards take off.
First game. First whistle. First goal. First jersey. First autograph. First favorite player. First away game. First big win. First time thinking, that's gonna be me. Firsts help us move forward together. Toyota, founding partner of the first professional women's soccer league in Canada.
Watching dough rise always fills me with inspiration.
Don't ever look at my savings account. The dough doesn't rise.
BMO has 2 simple ingredients to make your savings rise. Great interest rates and no monthly fees.
Yeah, that would do it all right.
Plus, get a cash bonus for opening a checking and savings account.
So BMO helps your savings grow bigger faster.
Like a triple dose of yeast.
You're hired.
What? No, I wasn't looking for it.
Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
BMO.
A very warm welcome back to the Wanderers ground. It might be a rainy day, but it's a birthday for Jocelyn. Jocelyn. See what I'm doing there? See where I went with that? The Tides mascots, birthday cakes. Everybody's smiling. Hopefully the Halifax Tides fans will have something to smile about in 45 minutes or so as the rain continues to come down in Atlantic Canada. Poncho weather. But the fans love their football in this part of the country. And the Tides looking for just their 3rd home win of the season. They've got a hill to climb against AFC Toronto, all in maroon, who will protect a 2-goal lead as we get ready for the start of the second half. Marko Milanovic, well, his message, I guess, at halftime must have been something like more of the same, Amy.
I don't see any reason to change anything, and I thought they adapted so well to the exit of Victoria Pickett and the insertion of Brewster, who did very well. A couple of challenges early on, battles with Kennedy, and they just kept at it, kept their foot firmly on the gas.
Halifax Tides all in blue. hoping to give the fans something to shout about. And Julie Peterson will get us underway. After Nikki Small, the AFC Toronto captain, has another word with the referee, Sheila Couture. Jordan Brewster has some an earring which either needs to be adjusted, covered up or removed before we get underway. Start of this second half. So a moment's delay. We're all present and correct. And the referee is satisfied that the second half can begin. Halifax Tides 2 down, plenty to do against AFC Toronto, a team whom they have never beaten. Tides will attack the goal to your left in this second half, chasing those first half goals from Small and from Hunter from the penalty spot. Brewster is finally going to be allowed on the field. No changes to either side at half-time, just that one early and forced substitute, the introduction of Brewster for the injured Victoria Pickett into the back three. Brewster is finally back with us, as you can see there, wearing number 3. Nina Solano looking for the early ball into the area, and behind by Cardoza for a corner. Inside the first minute of the second half. So AFC Toronto keen to continue as they finish the first half, and more defensive responsibilities for Annika Toth and those at the back for the Tides.
You know, I'd argue that the Tides finished the first half as brightly as they looked.
They certainly did. They looked more positive, more geared up, but now they've got some defending to do. Barnett towards the near post. Can they break out here? Well, Jordan Rhodes on a one-person mission there. They managed to recycle it. Now they've got numbers going forward. Looking for Tiff Cameron. Now the cross will come in. First to react was Sarah Rollins. Should just about drift behind.
Ooh.
Ball has gone out. Assistant on the far side. Let's go down and check in with our sideline reporter who's braving the elements, Brianne Foley. Brianne?
Yes, Nigel, I do luckily have the hat on still. However, I was speaking with head coach of AFC Toronto, Marko Milanovic, at half, and he said he was happy that they got those 2 goals off their backs to start the game, because these conditions can change at any time. Much like Nikki Smalls, he says, getting the ball on net, these conditions are tough for a keeper, so that's going to be the name of the game going forward. Nigel?
Brianne, thank you so much. You've got to take those opportunities when they come along, even when there are only half chances in these conditions, as we've mentioned. I don't want to labour the point or sound like a broken record, but it's been raining for many hours in Halifax. It's a slick surface, the ball is slippery, you're not quite sure whether it's going to run away from you or stick in the mud. So it can be tough for all players, but for goalkeepers especially. Need to be decisive. Tembo can't keep that in. Halifax with Allen have the throw. Looking for Rhodes, and then Sid Kennedy across the top of the box. Might come from Peterson. And I think it was Small who got in the way to block the shot. Malorand, another ball across. But it sails wide and high and behind for a goal kick.
It's no coincidence that a couple of these spells of sustained possession for the Tides in that attacking third have come via that right channel, in Julianne Valeron getting higher up the pitch. They need to do the same, find that pitch balance, get Cheyenne Allen up the pitch as well and contributing to the attack. Rhodes has done well, hold up play, being available in those central channels, but they have to be much more threatening when they're choosing their shots and attacking the goal.
3-on-3 here for AFC Toronto, and Allen was in the right place at the right time. Peterson for Valorand. Mentioned earlier in the broadcast that AFC Toronto are the best team in the league on the road. 6 wins from 9 outings, and also the top scorers on the road, 23 coming into this game. Add a couple more today, that's 25 in 9.5 games. It's a pretty good return when you're away from home. Solano picks up the loose ball, trying to combine with Hunter. Has already left her mark on this game, as she does so often. Brewster. Telegraph the pass a little. Rhodes, did it stay in?
It does.
It did stay in, and Rhodes is behind Brewster here. Maybe possibilities. Brewster trying to find the shooting angle as the maroon shirts closed in. And Rhodes battling away to keep the move going. Good industry from the striker.
That's the energy, the battle, the commitment that they need from everybody on the Tides.
Valorand just overran it. AFC Toronto making waves, and Hunter couldn't quite get there. Might a second time. Hunter, and off the line by Cardoza with Toth beaten. Last ditch defending to deny Hunter. It'll be another corner.
Toth came out there. It was really important that she get off her line and get off her line quick, but the pitch looks heavy, so maybe doesn't get there as quickly as she would have hoped. Hunter closes her down, and then it's on the clearance, goes off Keely Hunter, and that net is just gaping open, but Cardoza's there. Really important recovery to drop down and to cover the net.
Toth did the right thing. She had to come and challenge Hunter, but of course, having made the ricochet, she was then in no man's land. So credit to Naya Cardoza for covering back on the goal line or thereabouts. Barnett delivers the corner. Cardoza with a clearing header. Small picks it up. Plenty forward for AFC Toronto as the ball is played back in. Come to Barnett. Left-footed. Katembo wasn't necessarily expecting it, and then leaning back high over the bar.
Lots of bodies though, lots of players available for AFC Toronto at the back post.
Wickers clears long. Lamia takes control, finds Allen square. Kennedy was trying to fool her opponent. Does win the throw, which Shea and Allen will take. Cho. Shalina Zadorski, vastly experienced, of course. Sarah Rollins has played every minute in the Northern Super League so far this season. Not many can claim that particular statistic, other than, I believe, Jaleesa Harris at the Ottawa Rapids. Cardoza, Lamia looking to evade the challenge, does so successfully. Lamia again, who had the Tide's best chance in closing minutes of that first half with a free kick from, well, getting on for 30 yards. It rattled off the crossbar. Here's Rowe. Had better options to her left, Lauren Rowe, and I think she knows it.
Yeah, that's not what was required in the moment there, but does a really good job to close down. Cheyenne Allen wins the ball, goes straight centrally, and then I think Fontana's looking to receive that to feet and to spring Rowe herself into space, and then it just kind of runs, and the Tides are able to recover.
This is interesting. Katembo's got a little bit of space here and wide open and chipped over the top. And another big chance goes begging for AFC Toronto. The Tide's defending was all at sea, but they were not made to pay.
And this is where you can kill the game. If you're AFC Toronto, Katembo comes, that ball is a little bit behind, actually a lot behind Fontana. She has to reach back in order to hit that, but should still do much better with that finish.
Marco
that should have been
Milanovic,
3.
Yeah, knows it. They all know it. Completely unmarked in the middle of the penalty area. But just chipped it over the bar when it might have been easier to score. Tides have a little bit of a lifeline. Certainly dodged a bullet there. Nikki Small, who opened the scoring. Referee saw nothing wrong with the challenge. Allen will bring it away. Trying to find Rhodes, helped on for Kennedy, who gets into a tangle with Rollins. And the referee is going to have a word with Sid Kennedy. Ball was loose, it was there to be won. But Kennedy certainly wasn't happy with the challenge. And players needing to be separated here.
So initially it was between Kennedy and Rollins, and it got tangled together on the ground, and everything stemmed from there. No cards, it appears.
Well, Sheila Couture just coming over to the sidelines to get a word from her assistant and the fourth official. What did they see that she might not have seen? There may be further action here. Wonder if there's going to be a card here. Prolonged negotiations and advice being given. What does the referee decide? Well, she's calling players towards her. Kennedy. Katembo being spoken to, but no further action required. That was the initial challenge between Kennedy and Rollins. There was a little bit of afters there, and then players from both sides got involved.
Yeah, Rollins didn't like it. It appeared that Kennedy was extending her hand, her arm to lift her up, and pulled it away. I'm not sure what's happening there. Bit of gamesmanship, but more players got involved after the fact.
Forward by Wickers. AFC Toronto preparing an attack of their own. Hunter for Captain Small, clever turn. Katembo maybe got a little bit of room, decides to come inside. Where's she going? Zadorsky, accurate pass forward, left-footed into the area, and Wickers wasn't sure what was behind her. Had to belt it out at the expense of a corner.
Could have easily just conceded a throw. Instead, you've conceded a corner. Toth cries away, but Wickers had nobody on her.
So a chance of more here for the visitors. Zadorsky amongst those up from the back, waiting for the delivery. Katembo just about got ahead on it.
Another poor clearance, this time by Kennedy.
It'll fall for Small. Nikki Small in the mood. Zadorsky, first time into the box again. Repelled yet again by the Tides.
It was good 1v1 defending by Julianne Valorand on Nikki Small.
Rollins will find Small. First touch, Katembo, little heavy. Katembo trying to win it from behind.
That's friendlier.
That's better.
Yeah. Lessons learned, perhaps. Made a show of it, being positive.
All roads lead to Ottawa for the NSL Championship final to be played on November the 14th at TD Place Stadium. Both these teams would love to be involved.
A bit of skill by Karima Lemire to escape the pressure.
Allen pumping it long, inviting the run forward, but over the top of Cho. And all the way through to Sabrina D'Angelo, who hasn't had an awful lot to do other than that smart save from Lemire right at the end of the first half.
Yep, that's it. I think that the Tides got a little bit of spark towards the end of that first half, but we're still lacking the incision and overall attacking fluency. We have not seen the Tides attack at its best today.
There is still at least half an hour to play. There is still time. Rhodes might get there. Was that a push? The referee is unmoved. Well, Rhodes appeared to be goal side, and Stephen Hart seems to agree with my suggestion.
As this ball comes in, it's a wonderful ball. A long ball by Cho. Goes down a little bit soft. Maybe could have connected with it, but was well aware of Rollins in behind her. I don't think there's anything in that, Nigel.
Change for the home team. Meredith McDermott is on. American striker will replace Cho for the Tides.
I was wondering when that substitution was going to come. It's a little bit later than I expected it would come, but I'm stunned to see Cho exit the contest.
Well, it's that time of the game when coaches get a little twitchy, particularly if they are on the wrong end of the scoreline, which is the predicament facing Stephen Hart. Lauren Rowe for AFC Toronto finds Katembo. Rowe, was she coming back from an offside position? Indeed, she was.
And Allen is fortunate that that is called offside, that player was just lurking a little bit because she was much too casual in going to that ball in her own penalty area.
So Meredith McDermott is the first substitution. 32-year-old, as I say, from New Hampshire, as Katembo makes way. And Zoe Burns will take over on the right-hand side. And Solano makes way, and the introduction of Kai Novak for AFC Toronto, who now used 3 of their permitted 5 substitutes. Lemire left-footed, looking for Kennedy. Composed defending. Zoe Burns, having just joined the contest. Kaylee Hunter twisting and turning away from trouble. Finds Small, always heavily involved. That essential link between defense and offense. Just after the hour mark at the Wanderers grounds. It's week 18 of the Northern Super League, presented by BMO, official bank of the NSL. Forward by Lemire, Cameron turning. Valoran thought about it from a long, long way out. That's a little ambitious.
It is, but if anybody's going to try it, it's either the boot of Lemire or it's Julianne Valorant. We know this year is already on 4 goals, 1 assist, so she can chip in offensively, certainly.
It's a very good point you make. It's a very good return from a fullback. Lemire again, you just referenced, who came closest to Wickers, and Valorant again. Cameron looking to turn. Cardoza forward, as far as Rollins. Now, can AFC Toronto manufacture a counter-attack here? Taking their time. Referee plays the advantage. In no immense hurry, the visitors. Of course, they don't have to be. They're 2 goals to the good in the last half an hour of the game. Oh, well, I know who that is.
I know that gal.
Yes, there she is. Our esteemed colleague. She didn't look very happy.
No.
The way things are going. A proud Haligonian she is, and she makes no secret of the fact, Signa Butler.
Maybe sending a message down to Stephen Hart to suit up Jocelyn to give their attack a little bit more bite.
You've been saving that one up the whole game, I know you have.
Yes, I've been sitting on it for a while.
McDermott just a little over-aggressive, concedes the foul, somewhat unnecessarily.
This is brewing a little bit, but this is more of what the Tides need. I don't hate that. You know, you foul 90 yards away from your own goal. I don't have a problem with it. Maybe try to get your team going a little bit.
Tides need something. They need a bit of oomph. They need that little bit of pep and creativity that we saw in the last 5 minutes of the first half. Cardoza for Valorand. Needs to be careful here. Well, she's going to win a foul under the challenge of Novak.
And you've made a substitution if you're Stephen Hart to be much more aggressive on the attack. Cho was playing that more attacking midfielder role, but now with the insertion of McDermott, you're going to see almost 2 targets in Rhodes and McDermott and them playing off one another.
Yeah, they certainly need as much ability from a striking perspective as they can get, although I'm a little perplexed that a player like Sarah Miller, who is on the bench and has 4 goals this season, wasn't one of his first thoughts. Maybe we'll see her a little later.
Well, Sarah Miller's just coming back from injury, so it's good news for them that she's available off the bench, but is likely on managed minutes.
Yes.
So maybe you see Miller, maybe you see Megumi Nakamura start to get active here. 2 players who can play that creative role. They can really spark something on the attack. So even though you're without Downing and you're without Benatti, who can spark a lot, bring a lot of energy, bring that pep of which you speak, just you don't have those 2, but you have 2 veterans on the bench that can be game breakers.
Activity on the bench for the Tides, not yet ready to make another change, but you get the feeling it may not be too far away. Burns pursued by Kennedy, and Brewster couldn't keep it in. Good press from Halifax. They need to be working hard all over the field to earn the opportunities to get forward and pierce that AFC Toronto back line. It'll be Allen with the throw into the penalty area and straight out of play again for another throw for Allen. But before we do that, there are going to be changes here, and we are going to see the introduction indeed of the aforementioned Sarah Miller, who's going to take over from Sid Kennedy. And so Kennedy, not her day, worked plenty hard enough down that left-hand side. And the return of Sarah Miller, wearing number 11. Another proud Haligonian. Hunter on the prowl. Turning Cardozo one way then the other. Here come the reinforcements in the shape of Zoe Burns, and now Small and back for Hunter. Not quite enough on it. Lemire will leave it. And cleared out of play by Cardozo as we approach the 70-minute mark. Tides need something. Need to be brave. They may have to take some risks.
And just try their luck, much the way Small's goal was something out of nothing. The Tides need a similar thing.
Here is Small. Opened the scoring in the 20th minute with a somewhat speculative effort from outside the box, but had the confidence to take it on. And on a greasy surface, managed to fool Annika Toth and open the scoring.
Smart touch by Hunter just to keep that ball shielded, and Lemire has to go through Hunter in order to try to win that ball. Hunter wins the foul.
Colby Barnett is poised with that cultured left foot. Something off the training field. Burns, ball nearly held up in the mud. Barnett gets it back. This isn't what they planned or what they rehearsed, but it might yet come off. Barnett's got a bit of room now to cushion that cross towards the back post. Cameron was there first. Zadorsky will keep it going. Right under the crossbar. Almost full Toth. And belted away by Allen.
Like that was planned by Zadorsky, and certainly Toth wasn't expecting that, but a little bit too close to comfort because the game would have been well out of touching distance at that point.
Tides dodge another bullet. Rollins, crossfield ball. Dealt with initially by Valeron, but at the expense of a throw level with the edge of the Halifax penalty area. Brewster will be brought in here. Further right it goes to Zoe Burns. Up against Allen. Burns with Small in support. Once again, unpredictable run of the ball on this damp surface. You never know whether it's going to skip or stick.
Yeah, it seems in the second half that it's doing more of the former than the latter. That it will still skip likely in your own 6-yard box if the goalkeeper trying to save it, but throughout the rest of the pitch it seems to be running much slower. The tempo of the game though is also kind of come to a grinding halt.
Which will suit AFC Toronto perfectly well, thank you. Hunter waited for the contact to come so that the visitors would get the throw. Burns trots down the touchline. Tides looking for a way through. Here is McDermott. McDermott, Rollins matched the run and did well to defend it. It's broken to Valeron on that far side. Valeron will take the shot on but can't keep it down.
And that was some terrific defending from Sarah Rollins. McDermott was single-minded, trying to find the goal, trying to keep it on her right foot, and she stood really strong and was not going to get it by Sarah Rollins. And Valeron now takes it inside on that left foot. Had a little bit of space as three players converged on it, but couldn't keep it down.
Well, you referenced it 5 minutes ago. Drew Valeron certainly doesn't need an invitation to shoot, as is evidenced by her stats this season. Now, Burns has some room here. This could be problematic for Halifax. And in the end, it wasn't a shot or a cross. And Zoe Burns is a little disappointed with herself.
It was a delightful and clever first touch to keep her speed, keep that pace as she cuts upfield. And then she was looking to try to pick out Novak on the far post, but didn't bend that cross enough in behind the back line.
But more danger signals inside the Halifax Tide's penalty area. They cannot afford to concede a third. Halifax Tides at the other end need a first to make a game of it. Small gets there first. Breaks for the Tides. Here's Allen. And once again, neither a cross nor a shot. And hurriedly behind for another goal kick. Sabrina D'Angelo will take the goal kick as we go downstairs and rejoin Brianne Foley. Brianne.
Yes, Nigel. Well, last week we didn't see the best from Kaylee Hunter, but as you heard from her pregame, that's all in the rear-view mirror. Earlier this week, Marko Milanovic said she is such a student of the game, is obsessed with watching film, and therefore can sometimes overthink with all her options in her head. But he added she's instinctive and she's better when she doesn't have time to overthink, which we've seen from her play today. He also said she's young but will be one of the best players in the world, and they have all the faith in the world in her, as does Team Canada, of course, Nigel.
As she prepares to represent her country at the FIFA U20 World Cup. And as you saw from that graphic there, just one off the lead in the race for the 2026 Golden Boot. Only DB Pridham scored more than Hunter in 2025. Burns for AFC Toronto. Oof. Covering challenge will lead to another corner.
As Burns lunged in there and Cardoza came to clean things up, I thought that a boot from Burns caught Cardoza, but it goes out for a corner kick.
And the Halifax Tides don't need it at this end of the field. They don't need to do any more defending. Annika Toth must be sick of the sight of those maroon shirts in front of her. So Barnett will deliver again. Left-footed in swinger to try and trouble the keeper. Toth was almost impeded. They'll get it clear. Peterson knocks it long. But there are no blue shirts in that part of the field. And D'Angelo will tidy up for AFC Toronto. Rollins. Another solid performance at the heart of that back three for the visitors.
We've talked a lot about AFC's attack, especially by way of Kaylee Hunter. We know Nikki Small opened the scoring today, but they've only conceded one more goal than the league best Halifax Tides in that department. And so a lot of what's happening today, why the Halifax Tides can't get going, it's partly of their own design. They've been a little bit careless and untidy in possession, but it's been how organized and well structured the defending is of AFC Toronto.
More possibilities here, but the shot is again high and wide and not very handsome on this occasion. Fortunately, AFC Toronto have some breathing room. Now are they going to try and play their way out from the goal kick? They are. Cardoza, early ball forward. Looked like a foul, but the referee was better positioned than I. Nothing doing there either.
No, Hunter caught late by Wickers as she came through. Plays allowed to continue.
Hunter remains on the deck. Go back to that in a moment. Burns picks it up on the right-hand side for AFC Toronto. Chisholm turning. And back for Brewster and Rollins. Rollins trying route one. Happily, Hunter is back on her feet.
Yep. Another example just earlier prior to the Tides conceding possession yet again in the middle of the park. His numbers around the ball, Nigel, and a failure to apply pressure and to win the duels, to win the challenges. Just haven't done that well enough today.
Allen, head up, looking forward, looking direct. Time running short. Rhodes just overran it. Peterson battling with Small, wins that little skirmish. Wickers and Cardoza exchanging passes at the back, but it needs to be quicker. And if it needs to be more direct, then so be it. Allen, that's disappointing. Triple substitution for the Tides. Eva Fremo, Sinamu, and Kat Jordan. Cameron Peterson and Valorant make way. So Stephen Hartz has used all his cards. That's the 5 changes. Will it change the complexion of the game in favour of the Tides? Attempts on goal in the second half. Fairly even, just one on target from AFC Toronto. As you said, this game has reached something of a stalemate. It needs a spark. Toronto are cruising at the moment, let's be honest about it. Allen will try and change that for the Tides. First time cross, too high for her teammates. Substitutes getting involved early. D'Angelo's come off the top of the crossbar. Down it comes, still in play. And the visitors scramble it clear.
For 2 games in a row, I don't know if this is, I think this is Rhodes on the end of this one. A ball that's sent in, it's beautifully done by Sinamu. And it's Rhodes again. We know how lethal, how dangerous she can be in the box. And she beats D'Angelo, but can't beat the frame of the goal for 2 games running now. Remember the last kick of the game versus the Rise, looking for the equalizer, searching for it, hits the crossbar, and again today, Nigel.
Tides have hit and rattled the crossbar twice, but they still don't have a goal. D'Angelo came, didn't get anywhere near it. Rhodes beat her all ends up to the header. Bounced down off the bottom of the crossbar and away.
So we just catch the end of it, but Sinamu receives that ball as it's passed back to her by Fremo. And Rhodes gets up, and it's a powerful, well-timed header, but smashes it off the crossbar.
Seven minutes to go, plus stoppage time. Is that the sort of move that will inspire the Tides to get one? And if they get one, we'll have a grandstand finish. Lady Luck not shining on the home team.
But what that play had, it was a little bit of quality in the ball by Sinamu, and the timing and the execution, and that's what's been lacking today for the Tides.
Given away on the edge of the area. Zadorsky gets an important foot in, and Moo will pick it up again. Charge down on that far side. It will be a throw for the Tides. Again, the defending is not entirely convincing. It breaks for Allen. Might get a second chance here. Cheyenne Allen does so. Into the danger area, hacked clear again. Toronto player on the deck on that far side.
It's Novak,
who appears to be clutching her right shoulder. And Jordan Brewster, we're told, is also off the field as the medical staff scamper across the Wanderers grounds to attend to Kai Novak.
Novak looks to be in quite a bit of discomfort, clutching at that right shoulder.
Yeah.
So this is the play. So she's just bodied off the ball, shoulder to shoulder challenge, but it's prior to hitting the deck. I think it's as the left shoulder of Sinamu hits the front of her right shoulder. You hope that it's not a shoulder separation or an injury to the collarbone or something there. We've seen Jess Cowart for the Vancouver Rise sustain a collarbone injury already this season, but she's still down and getting treatment.
Milanovic preparing his final two substitutes. Impromptu team meeting while Novak continues to receive treatment. Shalina Sidorsky encouraging her players to get over the line, pick up 3 points no matter what. That's got to be the main focus in these closing minutes.
You of course hope that Novak is okay,
Of
and
course.
it's clear that this is not tactical. There's nothing that's being feigned, but unfortunately that grinds the momentum that the Tides were able to glean over the last couple of minutes to a halt.
Novak is receiving intense treatment out of your picture, and the word is that she's not going to be able to continue. Referee is over there with her just to check in with the medical staff to see what the situation is, as you watch Stephen Hart trying to encourage his team for the last, well, there might be the best part of 10 minutes to play with the injury time that is going to be added once you get restarted. While we have this stoppage, we can just show you those two goals again. They both came in the first half. Nikki Small looked up, decided to buy a ticket and won the lottery.
And it all came about just beating Lemire, and that was a story of today. The Tide's second best to all of those challenges, those duels, and an opportunistic Small who nets her first of the year to open the scoring, and Kaylee Hunter, who was snake bit in the last contest at BMO Field. Decisive penalty, calm, composed. That's what she needs to get back at nipping at the heels of Elise Bennett and Jess Philippou for the Golden Boot race.
Doesn't take much to get you smiling again. Kaylee Hunter taking her season's tally to 8. Meanwhile, back with the problem with Kyla Novak, who, as you can see, with that shoulder now heavily bandaged, and Mia Fontana and April Lantain are going to join the battle for the last few minutes of this game. So Novak, as you can see, is obviously being substituted, and also Jordan Brewster is going to come off. So two subs are being subbed off. Don't often see that. Fontana and Lantain are on for the closing minutes.
For two injuries, because after that header from Rhodes hit the woodwork, that's when Jordan Brewster went down and was being tended to.
An unfortunate end for both of them. Not forgetting, of course, that very early on in the contest, Victoria Pickett had to leave the field with an injury, so maybe problems ahead in terms of selection for Marko Milanovic.
And not even factoring in the fact that you're going to lose Chisholm and Hunter after next week's game.
That's why you need a big squad these days. It's going to be a free kick, which Eva Fremont is waiting impatiently to take. In fact, it's a drop ball, I beg your pardon. Fremont gets it towards the edge of the area. Cardoza across. Diligently defended, and maybe the counter-attack is on here for AFC Toronto. One person counter-attack for the time being. Support staff are arriving. Fremont goes in hard on Fontana and is surprised that she's penalised. Now the only other question is how many minutes will the fourth official add on here? There's your answer. A minimum of 5 minutes to add in stoppage time. The Wanderers grounds. As AFC Toronto try and find a third goal, it took a deflection. That'll be another corner.
And Lantain did really well to drive the byline, and instead of cutting it back, she had two players lying in wait, flooding the box, but she elects to go to her right foot and try her luck herself. Deflects, caroms off a Tides player and out for a corner. It's a darting run, good bit of interplay with Rowe, and then opens her body up, thinks that she's going to find Fontana, but tries it herself.
Just came off Cardoza for the corner kick. No curl on that one. Players in maroon back. It'll go all the way back out that far side for Fontana, but out of play. And the Tides will restart with the goal kick.
And a curious decision by Burns there. Instead of letting it run into touch, she puts it out for a goal kick.
Toth doesn't make halfway. Pressure's coming again from AFC Toronto. Small, who started it all in the 20th minute. Those in maroon can play keep ball, should they elect to do so, for the next 3.5 minutes and extend their winning streak over the Halifax Tides. Rhodes makes her way forward, hoping to get on the end of another fruitful cross.
Oh,
and
wow.
Nearly did.
Did really well to dig out that cross, and it's Rhodes again, I believe, that makes the darting run to the first post and connects with it.
Was. Edge of the area. They've got to keep it going. They need to keep the ball. Try and catch AFC Toronto out defensively. Rowe forward. Nearly for Halifax Tides here. I think it was Barnett.
Great bit of work on the right wing.
Yeah, it was Colby Barnett.
Yep, that left boot.
Saw the ball coming. Not sure she knew Rhodes was behind her, but she did what was necessary.
And some great work by Kat Jordan in that right channel.
Rhodes again. Controls it with her chest. Fremont. Is their time. If they get one, you just never know. Lemire, we know what she can do with that left foot. And that'll be catching practice, I'm sure, for D'Angelo. And AFC Toronto are almost over the line. About 90 seconds to play. Allen wasn't sure whether to kick it or head it. In the end, gave it away to Hunter. As the two 11s come together. Lemire stuck out a left foot. Rowe was interested. Evans will take the throw. I think you can say AFC Toronto have done a professional job against the Tides today.
Absolutely. They needed those 3 points. They needed to reset following that home loss to the Montreal Roses. They got on the board early after they were on the back foot through the first 20 minutes, and then their fortunes changed after the fact. So did the momentum, and they capitalized, and they were able to win that penalty, double their lead, and they've not sat back, but they've managed the game, Nigel, very well.
Rowe is fouled. Came the meat in the sandwich between two Tides players. And Tain will take the free kick. But the outcome of this is now beyond doubt. The clock is going to beat the Tides, and AFC Toronto are going to beat Halifax yet again. Is there time indeed to take the free kick? Barely. Lantain. Well, that'll just drift wide. Will be a goal kick. Referee just checking a watch. Wickers just needs to belt it forward. That doesn't help. And the referee indeed blows her final whistle. And it is a comprehensive win for AFC Toronto over the Halifax Tides. 2 first half goals. And AFC Toronto closed the gap on the league leaders.
And it's exactly what the doctor ordered for AFC Toronto, and particularly Kaylee Hunter, who's able to get back on the board, get back in the goals for them, get back into that golden boot race. But a poor performance by the Halifax Tides. The home side lacked quality, lacked fluency in the attacking phase, and just lacked a little bit of energy and bite from them today. So they'll be kicking themselves that they gave away points again at Wanderers grounds.
Perhaps some injury concerns for Marko Milanovic, but today it is 3 points, a 7th road win for AFC Toronto, beating the Tides by 2-0.
This Northern Super League match is brought to you by Toyota, proud founding partner of the NSL. And Canadian Tire, proud founding partner of the NSL.
Okay, team, big game today, but you know what? It's just a game. And you know what? You're gonna go out there and you're gonna have fun, because the most important thing is to have fun, enjoy yourself, and at the end of the day, it's just a game. So go out there and get the win.
Listen up, guys. Why do we play soccer? To win. Doesn't look like you guys want to win right now. Put the work in, work hard, run, fight for each other, and let's go out there and win. Let's go show them how to do it.
Just relax out there, trust in your abilities. Everything's gonna go great. I believe in you.
We just need to get it together. We need to go out there, do your jobs, and let's get this done. Okay, team, short and sweet. It's a big game. I want you guys to have fun. That's obviously the most important thing. You're doing this because you love it. We want to win, but obviously that comes with being together as a team, playing for yourselves, playing for your teammates, playing for your coaches, your family. Just enjoy the moment, give it your best, be happy with it at the end of the day, and...
For the big, small, short, tall. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For refreshing moments. Shared together.
Welcome back to the NSL on TSN. A 2-0 win for AFC Toronto at the Wanderers grounds, thanks to goals from Nikki Small and Kaylee Hunter. This team came into Halifax, and so did their fans, it appears. They did what needed to be done to get the job done. Nice, too, to see Victoria Pickett up and in the huddle there. And what a performance from Kaylee Hunter, a rebound performance from her, which we'll get into in just a little bit. Jordan Rhodes came close to getting Halifax on the board late in the game, hammering it off the crossbar, but they just couldn't score. They couldn't find the back of the net today as we look at the stats. Toronto dominant in possession. Halifax dominated in terms of shots, but look at that, 17 total shots, just 1 on target. They could not find the back of the net. Kate McKenna, Amy Walsh with you in studio. And speaking of finding the back of the net, Nikki Small, a player who we don't often rely on for goals from this team this season anyway, scores her first of the season. Amy, I know you like Nikki Small so much as a player, and even though she hasn't contributed goals, she's contributed to this team in so many other ways. What stands out? What are the quiet things she does?
Well, not so quiet is the fact that she's the captain this year, so that maybe changes the leadership. She's a little bit more public facing with it, and it might change her relationship to how she leads. But I think you see her deployed a little bit deeper this year. Emma Regan departs last year. They needed her. Olivia Chisholm will be a fabulous pivot. But until then, they've needed Nikki Small to do a lot more defensive work. So last year at this point, she had a lot more goals, a lot more assists, a lot more offensive contributions. But the way that she is able to get forward, provide that decisive pass, or here, get a look, win a duel, get past a player like Lemire, could call it a little nutmeg, Kay, maybe, but try her luck. And that's exactly what you need from your captain is tough conditions. They were up against it in the first 20 minutes. It was very much the Tides match. And then AFC were looking for ways to get back into it. They got some sustained possession in the attacking third. And Nikki Small just needed one half chance, one little look, tees it up. It's on Toth, but she takes full advantage of the conditions. It pitches right before the goalkeeper, and she will take that all day to open up the scoring for herself in year 2 of NSL.
Kaylee Hunter with such a confident performance today, and we spoke pregame about how devastated she was in the last match against Montreal. Couldn't score, couldn't find the back of the net. How impressed were you with this rebound performance from her? She contributed so much, not just the goal.
For me, it's the maturity. So maybe the knock against her is, she's 18 years old. She's going to be immature. She's got a lot of growth and development yet to do. But that goldfish mentality to just forget about the last game, forget about the last big chance that you missed or you chose the wrong thing, wrong decision, wrong foot, wrong shot selection. But she was all over the pitch today. She was dropping a little bit deeper. You noted at the beginning of the game that she was playing more as a false 9 or as a 10, which is actually, ironically, where Casey Stoney sees her, not just with the 20s, but with the senior women's national team. So there's so much upside to her game, but it's the rebound performance. It's the way that she comes out with the vim, with the vigor. She's getting stuck into challenges. She's winning most of those ground duels, but it's the quality. It's the composure. We know that she's an instinctive finisher, but it's the way that she can be ruthless exactly when it's required. Because listen, at the end of the day, what Kaylee Hunter is, she's a big game player who scores those big goals. So today, to see her back in the goals is good for AFC Toronto, because I think that did a lot for them to just shoulders came down, they were relaxed. Professional performance today is the away side, but they very much needed that. All 3 points and back in the wins.
Speaking of a professional performance, getting a shutout at any time is hard. Getting a shutout in these conditions, wet conditions, is extremely difficult, and that's what Sabrina D'Angelo did. It's also her 4th clean sheet in just 6 games since coming to Toronto. So let's hear from the keeper now. She's pitch side with Brianne Foley.
Sabrina, another clean sheet for you. Obviously tough conditions coming in and playing in this type of weather. How did you like your whole team's performance in these conditions?
Yeah, I mean, I think we found a way to win today, which is really good from us, especially after the last couple of results. Wasn't the prettiest football, but sometimes that's what you got to do and just do whatever it takes to get the win, and I thought the team did well to do that.
Another 3 points on the board that moves you up into the standings. What do you take from this game to bring against Ottawa next week?
Yeah, I think the fight to get the job done when it's not necessarily the best football, like I said, I think we need to carry that into next weekend.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
This result was a big one for AFC Toronto because look at this. They're now just 2 points back of the second place Montreal Roses with 8 games to go in the regular season. And the Tides now in 5th place, currently outside the playoff picture. So Amy, let's talk about the Tides. This is a critical point in the season. They've now dropped down to 5th at the exact same time that the Vancouver Rise seem to be surging. They're on a 2-game slide. How did they get their momentum back?
I'm not sure, but I mean, they certainly missed Downing and Venati today as those spark plugs because they not only insert energy, but they insert quality and they're connecting pieces. So you saw Jordan Rhodes do a lot of the big body, center forward, target work. But it was in fits and starts, and I think Alan had a really rough day out at the office. So you needed to show some patience when you went down, I think unexpectedly 1-0, but there was very little pushback, and there was very little quality in the way that they were relating to one another. Out of possession, you saw them lose the midfield battle, but when they got into the attacking third, and they were able to string some things together, Sid Kennedy did some good work in the left-hand side, combination play with Rhodes, but the final action, the final decision was really left them wanting today. It was frequently not the right choice, and you saw it with only one shot on frame, and it was that header from Rhodes hitting the woodwork again. She fails to get the equalizer away at Swangard last week, and then today fails to open the scoring for their team. So just a poor performance, I think, overall for the Tides, and they'll be kicking themselves, Kate, because earlier on in the season, they're on 6 wins right now. They lost some really close contests or gave away points late where they could have claimed all 3, ended up sharing the points. So they're going to have to reset, refocus, get your bodies back. Good to see Sarah LaMiller, Megumi Nakamura back on the bench there. So once you have everybody healthy, and then you reset, you put this behind you, and you put together a much better performance, and then you're able to get those results as well.
Well, if you're a fan of the NSL, you don't have much time to regroup, refocus, and reset today because we've got another match coming your way. At 3 p.m. Eastern, Calgary takes on Montreal, the 6th place Wild looking to play spoiler against the 2nd place Roses. As for today, a gritty affair at the Wanderers grounds, a 2-0 win for AFC Toronto. There's Stephen Hart and company in the locker room pregame. Nikki Small with the opener. Kaylee Hunter makes it 2. AFC Toronto continues their winning ways on the road and critically their climb up the table. From all of us here, including Amy Walsh, Nigel Reed, Brianne Foley, and her hat, producer Kev, director Jack, and the entire crew, I'm Kate McKenna. See you next time.